In the vast corridors of the Intergalactic Academy, a group of alien students, curious and eager to learn, stumbled upon a dusty old room. Their instructors had long warned them not to wander into restricted areas, but their curiosity got the better of them. The door, slightly ajar, beckoned them inside. Zera, the group leader, a tall and slender Valtoran with shimmering blue skin, pushed the door open. "Look at this place," she whispered, her voice filled with awe. The room was filled with ancient scrolls, holographic records, and strange artifacts. It looked like a forgotten library. As they stepped inside, a faint eerie glow emanated from the walls, casting long shadows that danced around the room. The air was thick with the scent of old parchment and metallic tang, hinting at the age and secrecy of the place. Cobwebs draped across the shelves, and dust motes floated lazily in the beams of light filtering through cracks in the ceiling. Lion, a small insectoid Cliton, fluttered his wings in excitement. These must be ancient records. Maybe we can learn something new. As they ventured further into the room, their footsteps echoed, creating an almost ghostly resonance. They found a large, ornate chest in the center. The chest was covered in strange, intricate symbols that none of them recognized. It seemed out of place, almost as if it was hiding something important, something forgotten by time. "There's something written here," Zera said, brushing off the dust from the lid. In an old dialect of Galactic Standard, it says, "For those who seek the truth." With some effort, Zera opened the chest, revealing a collection of hala crystals. Each one glowed with a faint blue light, casting a soft, mesmerizing glow that illuminated their faces. Drax, a burly reptilian draconian, picked up one of the crystals. "What do you think these are?" he asked, turning it over in his clawed hand. "I don't know," Zera replied, "but there's only one way to find out." They placed the crystal into a reader, and a holographic display flickered to life. A stern-looking human in ancient military attire appeared. "Welcome, seeker of knowledge," the hologram began. "You have accessed the tactical archives of Earth." The students exchanged glances. Earth was a distant planet, known for its diverse and resilient species, but not much was known about its history. The hologram continued, "Here, you will learn about the legendary battles and strategies that shaped humanity's destiny. Prepare to be enlightened." As the hologram faded, the first record began to play. It showed a fierce battle between human forces and a technologically superior alien invader. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the humans used clever tactics to outmaneuver their enemies and achieve victory. Lion's eyes widened. "Did you see that? They used the terrain to their advantage and tricked the enemy into a trap." Drax nodded. "Impressive. I didn't think humans were capable of such strategic thinking." Over the next few hours, the students watched in awe as more records played. They saw humans employing guerrilla tactics, psychological warfare, and even diplomatic maneuvers to win against overwhelming odds. The resilience and ingenuity of the human race were on full display. "This is incredible," Zera said, her voice filled with respect. "We've always been taught that humans are a primitive species, but these records prove otherwise." As they delved deeper into the archives, they found detailed analyses of human tactics, strategies, and even training methods. It was clear that humanity's history was rich with examples of courage, creativity, and determination. "We need to show this to our instructors," Lion suggested. "This knowledge could change the way we approach our own training," but Drax was skeptical. "Do you think they'll believe us? They might not want to acknowledge that humans are more than just a primitive race." Zera pondered this. "Maybe. But we can't keep this to ourselves. This information is too important. We need to find a way to share it with everyone." As they made their way out of the hidden archive, they knew their discovery would have far-reaching implications. The truth about human tactical history had the potential to reshape the way their entire academy, and perhaps even their society, viewed humans. Little did they know, their discovery would soon lead them into a series of events that would test their newfound knowledge and bring them face to face with the very tactics they had just learned about. The excitement and danger were only beginning, and the students were about to embark on an adventure that would change their lives forever. Back in their dormitory, Zara, Lion, and Drax couldn't stop thinking about what they had discovered in the hidden archive. The room's mysterious aura and the incredible human tactical history they had uncovered filled them with a sense of urgency. They knew they had to share this information, but how? The next day, after their strategy and warfare class, Zara approached Instructor Rakel, a stern and experienced warrior from the planet Thaler. Instructor Rakel, we found something yesterday that we think could be really important for our studies, she said, her voice filled with determination. Rakel raised an eyebrow. Oh, and what might that be, Zara? We found an old archive filled with human tactical records, Zara explained. It contains detailed analyses of their strategies and battles. We think it could offer valuable insights. Rakel looked skeptical. Human tactics? Interesting. But why should we concern ourselves with the strategies of a species known for its lack of technological advancement? Please, Instructor, you have to see it for yourself, Lion insisted, his wings fluttering nervously. We can't explain it all here. Rakel hesitated, but was ultimately persuaded by their earnestness. Very well, show me this archive. The students led Rakel through the winding corridors of the academy. As they approached the door, Zara pushed it open, revealing the dusty, ancient chamber bathed in a faint, eerie glow. The air was thick with the scent of old parchment and a metallic tang, hinting at the age and secrecy of the place. This is the room, Zara said softly, stepping inside. Look at all these records. Rakel's eyes widened as he took in the sight. I've been at this academy for decades, and I've never seen this room before. They led him to the ornate chest in the center of the room, covered in strange, intricate symbols. With some effort, Zara opened it, revealing the collection of glowing hala crystals. What are these? Rakel asked, his curiosity piqued. They contain human tactical records, Drax explained, picking up one of the crystals. Here, let us show you. They placed the crystal into a reader, and a holographic display flickered to life. A stern-looking human in ancient military attire appeared. Welcome, seeker of knowledge, the hologram began. You have accessed the tactical archives of Earth. Rakel watched in stunned silence as the first record played. It showed a fierce battle between human forces and a technologically superior alien invader. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the humans used clever tactics to outmaneuver their enemies and achieve victory. As more records played, showcasing legendary human battles and strategic maneuvers, Rakel's skepticism began to fade. This is unexpected. The humans' ability to adapt and their tactical creativity are indeed remarkable. Over the next few hours, they watched as humans employed guerrilla tactics, psychological warfare, and diplomatic maneuvers to win against overwhelming odds. The resilience and ingenuity of the human race were on full display. This is incredible, Zara said, her voice filled. We've always been taught that humans are a primitive species, but these records prove otherwise. Rakel nodded, deep in thought. We need to share this with the Academy, but we must do it carefully. There will be those who resist this knowledge. How do we start? Lion asked. We begin by incorporating these tactics into our training exercises, Rakel decided. We'll need to demonstrate their effectiveness. Zara, Drax, Lion, I want you three to lead the first team. Show us what these human strategies can do. The day of the first mock battle arrived. The Academy's training grounds were transformed into a simulated battlefield, complete with obstacles and hidden dangers. Zara's team faced off against a group led by Calder, a fierce and competitive Zygraxian who had always looked down on humans. As the battle began, Zara's team implemented a series of feints and ambushes inspired by the human records. They used the terrain to their advantage, setting traps and luring Calder's team into vulnerable positions. The tactics were unorthodox and unexpected, catching their opponents off guard. How are they doing this? Calder growled, frustration evident in his voice. They're using tricks we've never seen before. Zara's team pressed their advantage, outmaneuvering and outsmarting Calder's team at every turn. The mock battle ended with a decisive victory for Zara and her friends. As they celebrated their win, the Academy buzzed with talk of their innovative strategies. Instructor Rakel called the students together for a debriefing. Today's exercise has shown us the value of thinking outside the box. Zara's team demonstrated the effectiveness of human tactics, proving that there is much we can learn from other species. Let this be a lesson to all of you. Never underestimate the potential of knowledge, no matter its source. As Zara, Lion, and Drax left the training grounds, they felt a sense of accomplishment. Their discovery had not only proven the value of human tactics, but had also sparked a new era of learning and respect at the Academy. However, they knew this was just the beginning. The true test of their knowledge was yet to come, as an unexpected challenge loomed on the horizon, threatening the peace of the galaxy. Weeks passed, and the Academy's interest in human tactics grew. Zara, Lion, Drax, and Instructor Rakel became well known for their groundbreaking discovery. The training exercises incorporating human strategies were challenging yet rewarding, pushing the students to new heights. However, the peace was short-lived. One evening, as the trio and Rakel were reviewing new Hala crystals in the hidden archive, an emergency alarm blared throughout the Academy. The walls vibrated with the urgent message, and the students and staff hurried to the main hall. Rakel's expression turned grave as he led Zara, Lion, and Drax to the command center. There, a holographic display showed a fleet of menacing starships approaching the Academy's planet. The ships bore the insignia of the Drax, a warlike species known for their ruthless conquests. "This is bad," Rakel muttered. "The Drax are not known for mercy. They must have discovered our recent focus on human tactics and see us as a threat." Zara's heart pounded. "What can we do, Instructor?" Rakel turned to them, determination in his eyes. "We fight back, using everything we've learned from the human archives. We need to show them that we're not an easy target." The Academy buzzed with activity as students prepared for battle. Zara, Lion, and Drax were assigned to lead a squadron. Their mission was to defend the Academy's main entrance, a strategic point that, if lost, could mean the end of it. As they took their positions, the sky darkened with the approach of the Drax fleet. The air was thick with tension and the scent of impending conflict. Zara looked at her friends, their faces determined and focused. "Remember, stick to the plan," Zara instructed. "We'll use the terrain to our advantage and employ the traps we've set. We can do this." The first wave of Drax ships descended, unleashing a barrage of laser fire. Zara's team responded swiftly, using hit-and-run tactics learned from the human archives. They lured the Drax into narrow canyons where their larger ships struggled to maneuver. Now, Drax shouted, triggering the explosions rocked the canyons, causing rock slides that crushed the Drax ships and blocked their path. Lion, coordinating from a vantage point, directed the team to their next positions. "Great job. Move to the second ambush point." The battle raged on, with the Academy students using every tactic at their disposal. Despite their smaller numbers and inferior technology, they fought with ingenuity and determination, mirroring the human strategies they had studied. As the hours passed, the Drax began to adapt, changing their tactics. It became a game of wits and endurance. Zara's squadron faced relentless waves of attackers, each more cunning than the last. In the heat of battle, Zara spotted a large Drax warship advancing towards their main defensive line. "We need to take that ship down, or we'll be overrun," she said, her voice steady despite the chaos. Lion nodded. "I have an idea. Remember the human tactic where they use decoys to lure enemies into traps?" "Let's do it," Drax agreed. "But we'll need precise timing." They quickly devised a plan, using smaller ships as bait to draw the warship into a narrow pass. As the massive ship entered the trap, Zara gave the signal. Hidden turrets unleashed a torrent of fire and explosive charges detonated, crippling the warship. Cheers erupted from their squadron, but the celebration was short-lived. The Drax launched a final, desperate assault, throwing everything they had at the Academy. The sky lit up with the fury of battle, and the ground trembled under the onslaught. Zara, Lion, and Drax fought with everything they had, their exhaustion palpable, but their resolve unbroken. Just when it seemed the Drax might overwhelm them, a fleet of allied ships arrived, answering the Academy's distress call. The reinforcements turned the tide of battle. The Drax, caught between the Academy's defenses and the Allied fleet. Cheers of victory echoed across the battlefield as the last of the Drax ships fled into the void. In the aftermath, the Academy was left to count its losses and rebuild. The students, though weary, were filled with pride. They had faced a formidable enemy and emerged victorious, thanks to the human tactics they had embraced. Instructor Rakel gathered Zara, Lion, and Drax. You three have shown incredible bravery and ingenuity. Your discovery of the human archives has saved us all. Never forget the power of knowledge and the importance of thinking outside the box. As they looked out over the battlefield, Zara felt a deep sense of accomplishment. The Academy had not only survived, but had proven the value of learning from all sources, no matter how unexpected. The excitement and danger were behind them, but the lessons they had learned would guide them for years to come. The battle against the Drax was over, but the aftermath left the Academy in a state of recovery and reflection. The once pristine training grounds were now scarred by the fierce conflict, and the Academy's infrastructure had sustained significant damage. However, the spirits of the students and instructors remained unbroken. Zara, Lion, and Drax, now hailed as heroes, were at the forefront of the rebuilding efforts. Together with Instructor Rakel, they worked tirelessly to repair the Academy and integrate the valuable lessons they had learned from human tactics into their training programs. In the central hall, now serving as a temporary command center, a large holographic map displayed the current status of the Academy. Zara and her friends stood alongside Rakel, reviewing their progress. The repairs are going well, Zara noted, her finger tracing the areas marked for reconstruction. But we still have a long way to go, Rakel nodded. Indeed. However, the resilience and cooperation we've shown will make us stronger. We've proven that we can adapt and overcome, just as the humans did in their battles, Lion, ever the optimist, added, and we've gained a valuable ally in the process. The Allied fleet that came to our aid has offered to help us rebuild and strengthen our defenses. The alliance with the neighboring star systems, forged in the heat of battle, brought new opportunities and challenges. Engineers and strategists from various planets arrived at the Academy, sharing their knowledge and technology. The integration of different tactics and technologies created a melting pot of ideas, pushing the Academy to new heights. As the Academy began to take shape again, Rakel introduced a new curriculum focused on the principles they had learned from the human archives. Classes were held in the reconstructed lecture halls, where students eagerly absorbed the innovative strategies and unorthodox methods. One day, during a tactical simulation exercise, Zara led her team through a complex scenario that mirrored the challenges they had faced during the Drax invasion. Her leadership and the team's execution of human-inspired tactics impressed even the most skeptical instructors. "You've done well, Zara," Rakel praised after the exercise. "Your ability to think strategically and adapt in real time is a testament to the value of the knowledge we uncovered." Zara smiled, feeling a sense of pride. "Thank you, Instructor. But it wasn't just me. We all worked together, and that's what made the difference. As the weeks turned into months, the Academy continued to thrive. The students and instructors, once hesitant to embrace human tactics, now saw their value and incorporated them into every aspect of their training. The Academy's reputation grew, attracting new students and allies from across the galaxy. However, the victory against the Drax had not gone unnoticed. In the shadows, a new threat was emerging. The Drax, humiliated by their defeat, were planning their revenge. They had formed alliances with other hostile species, and their combined forces posed a danger far greater than before. One evening, as Zara, Lion, and Drax were reviewing battle strategies in the hidden archive, an urgent message flashed on their communication devices. Rakel's voice came through, tense and urgent. "Report to the command center immediately." "We have a situation." The trio hurried to the command center, where a grim-faced Rakel awaited them. "We've received intelligence that the Drax are regrouping and have formed an alliance with several other hostile species. They are planning a coordinated attack on the Academy." Zara's heart sank. "How long do we have?" "Not long." We need to prepare for another battle, one that will test our resolve and our new tactics to the limit. The academy buzzed with activity as preparations began. Defensive fortifications were strengthened, and new strategies were devised to counter the impending threat. Zara, Lion, and Drax were given key roles in the defense plans, their experience and knowledge crucial to the academy's survival. As the days passed, the tension grew. The students and instructors worked tirelessly, knowing that the future of their academy and their way of life depended on their ability to stand united against the coming storm. On the eve of the expected attack, Rakel addressed the assembled students and instructors. "We have faced adversity before, and we have prevailed. Today, we stand ready to defend our academy once more. Remember the lessons we have learned, the strategies we have mastered, and the strength we have gained. Together, we will overcome this challenge." As the academy braced for the imminent battle, Zara felt a sense of determination wash over her. They had come so far, learned so much, and grown stronger together. No matter what the future held, they were ready to face it head-on. The dawn of the impending battle arrived with an eerie calmness that belied the storm to come. The academy's defenses were fully prepared, every student and instructor standing ready at their posts. Zara, Lion, and Drax, now experienced leaders, moved among their squads, offering words of encouragement and final instructions. "Remember your training," Zara called out. "Trust in the tactics we've learned and stay united. We can do this." The skies darkened as the combined forces of the Drax and their allies descended upon the academy. The enemy fleet was vast, a menacing armada that filled the horizon. The ground trembled as the first wave of attackers made their approach. "Positions," Rakel's voice boomed over the communication network. "Prepare for impact." The battle began with a deafening roar. The Drax forces struck hard and fast, their initial assault aimed at overwhelming the academy's defenses. But the students and instructors were ready. They had set traps, created choke points, and used the terrain to their advantage, all tactics inspired by the human archives. Zara led her squad in a series of hit-and-run maneuvers, striking quickly and retreating before the enemy could retaliate. Lion coordinated air support, directing squadrons of agile fighters to intercept the enemy bombers. Drax, with his formidable strength, held the front lines, his squad using guerrilla tactics to disrupt and disorient the attackers. As the battle raged on, it became clear that the enemy was relentless. Despite the Academy's best efforts, the sheer number of attackers began to take its toll. Zara's squad was pushed back, Lion's air support was stretched thin, and Drax found himself facing an overwhelming force. "We need to regroup," Zara shouted over the chaos. "Lion, can you give us cover?" "On it." Lion responded, directing his fighters to lay down a barrage of suppressive fire, allowing Zara's and Drax's squads to fall back to a more defensive. In the command center, Rakel monitored the battle, his mind racing to find a way to turn the tide. Suddenly, an idea struck him. "Zara, Drax, Lion, I need you to listen carefully. We're going to use the terrain and their own numbers against them. It's a risky maneuver, but it might just work." Rakel outlined his plan. They would lure the main enemy force into a narrow valley where their numbers would become a disadvantage. There, they would spring a series of traps, using the Academy's hidden weaponry and the natural landscape to create chaos and confusion. "Understood," Zara replied, determination in her voice. "We'll make it happen." The students and instructors executed the plan with precision. They feigned a retreat, drawing the enemy into the valley. Once the enemy was fully committed, Zara gave the signal. Explosive charges detonated, causing rockslides that trapped the enemy forces. Hidden turrets emerged from the ground, unleashing a torrent of fire. The valley became a maelstrom of destruction. Caught off guard and unable to maneuver, the enemy forces were decimated. The tide of battle began to turn in favor of the Academy. But the victory was not yet secure. The Drax commander, a ruthless tactician, launched a desperate counterattack, targeting the Academy's central command center. "Protect the command center at all costs," Rakel ordered, his voice unwavering. Zara, Lion, and Drax led their squads in a final, fierce defense. The fighting was intense, each moment a struggle for survival. But the students and instructors fought with a unity and determination that the enemy could not match. As the battle reached its climax, Zara found herself face to face with the Drax commander. The alien's eyes glowed with hatred, but Zara stood her ground, remembering the lessons from the human archives. With a swift, decisive move, Zara disarmed the commander and delivered a final blow. The Drax forces, seeing their leader defeated, began to retreat in disarray. The Allied fleet, arriving just in time, pursued the fleeing enemy, ensuring they would not return. The battlefield fell silent. The Academy had won, but at a great cost. The students and instructors gathered, tending to the wounded and mourning the fallen. Yet amidst the sorrow, there was a sense of triumph. Rakel addressed the survivors, his voice filled with pride. Today, we have shown that knowledge and unity are our greatest weapons. We have proven that we can adapt and overcome any challenge. This victory is not just ours, but a testament to the power of learning and cooperation. Zara, Lion, and Drax stood together, their bond forged in the fires of battle. They knew that the journey ahead would be difficult, but they also knew that they were stronger together. As the Academy began to rebuild once more, the legacy of the human archives lived on. The students and instructors had not only defended their home, but had also embraced a new way of thinking. They were ready to face whatever the future held, confident in their ability to adapt, innovate, and prevail. The story of their victory spread across the galaxy, inspiring others to seek knowledge and unity in the face of adversity. And so, the Intergalactic Academy stood as a beacon of hope, a place where the lessons of the past guided the path to a brighter future. The Academy thrived in the years that followed, becoming a symbol of resilience and ingenuity. Zara, Lion, and Drax continued to lead, their experiences shaping the next generation of students. Together with their allies, they forged a new era of cooperation and mutual respect, ensuring that the knowledge they had gained would be used to build a better, more united galaxy.